I was about to tell you about a standard heart attack prevention script when something made me stop dead in my tracks. Just last week, my neighbor Bill, a vibrant 67-year-old who played tennis every Sunday, collapsed in his driveway. The paramedics said it was his heart. Bill survived, thank God, but what he told me afterwards sent chills down my spine. Jessica, he said, gripping my hand from his hospital bed, I did everything right. I exercised, I ate salads, I took my vitamins. What went wrong? That's when I realized something that might shock you. And it's exactly what I need to share with you today. Because if you're over 65 or approaching that milestone, there's a terrifying statistic that most doctors don't talk about nearly enough. Your risk of a heart attack doesn't just increase after 65, it doubles. Let that sink in for a moment. Doubles. But here's what made my blood run cold. Bill was doing many things right, yet he was missing the one crucial piece that could have saved him from that terrifying morning. And chances are you might be missing it too. You know that feeling when you climb stairs and need to catch your breath, or when you wake up more tired than when you went to bed? Maybe you've noticed your ankles are a bit swollen by evening, or that strange pressure in your chest that you've been dismissing as indigestion. These aren't just signs of getting older. Your body is trying to tell you something urgent. I'm Dr. Jessica Lee, and I've spent the last 25 years watching too many good people just like you, end up in emergency rooms because they didn't know what I'm about to tell you. But before I reveal what could literally save your life, I need you to understand why this happens in the first place. Picture your heart as the engine of a car you've been driving for 65 plus years. Now imagine you've been putting the wrong type of fuel in it for decades without knowing. Not completely wrong, just slightly off. Day after day, year after year, this slightly wrong fuel has been leaving tiny deposits, creating invisible damage. By the time you hit 65, your engine is working overtime just to keep going. Here's the terrifying part. Most people think they're putting in premium fuel. They're eating what they believe is healthy, exercising when they can, maybe even taking supplements. But there's one thing, one seemingly innocent thing, that's secretly doubling their heart attack risk. And it's probably sitting in your kitchen right now. Before I tell you what it is, let me share something that might sound familiar. You wake up in the morning, and that first step out of bed feels like your feet are made of concrete. Your joints ache, that energy you used to have, gone by 2 p.m. You tell yourself it's just age, but deep down, you know something isn't right. Martha, 68-year-old grandmother from Ohio, described it perfectly. I felt like I was living life through a foggy window. Everything was harder, slower, more exhausting. I thought this was just what getting older meant. But Martha was wrong. And if you're feeling this way, you might be wrong too. The truth is, after 65, your body goes through a dramatic shift that most people never learn about. Your metabolism changes, your hormone levels fluctuate, and most critically, your body's ability to process certain foods completely transforms. What nourished you at 45 might be quietly destroying you at 65. Let me paint you a picture of what's happening inside your body right now. Every time you eat, your blood becomes slightly thicker. This is normal, but after 65, your body takes much longer to return that blood to its normal consistency. During this extended time, your heart has to work harder to pump this thicker blood through your arteries. It's like trying to suck honey through a straw instead of water. Now, compound this with narrowing arteries, another gift of aging, and you have a perfect storm brewing in your chest. Your heart, that faithful organ that's beaten approximately 2.5 billion times in your lifetime, is now straining with every beat. The hidden danger I mentioned, it's something so common, so seemingly harmless, that 90% of people over 65 consume it daily without a second thought. In fact, you probably had some this morning. I'm talking about inflammatory foods disguised as healthy choices. That whole wheat bread you've been eating because it's heart healthy, After 65, your body often can't process it the same way. Those low-fat yogurts, packed with sugars that spike your blood glucose and inflammation, even some fruits, yes, fruits, can trigger inflammation responses that put your heart at risk. But here's where Bill went wrong and where most people go wrong. They focus on what to remove from their diet without understanding what to add. It's not just about avoiding the bad, it's about flooding your body with the right nutrients that actually repair and protect your aging heart. You see, after 65, your body needs different ratios of nutrients than it did in your younger years. Your heart specifically craves certain compounds that most people aren't getting nearly enough of. And I'm not talking about expensive supplements or exotic foods from health stores. Let me tell you about Tom, a 71-year-old veteran who came to me after his first mild heart event. Tom was skeptical when I explained what I'm about to tell you. Doc, he said, I've heard it all before. Eat this, don't eat that, nothing ever works. But Tom was desperate enough to try something different. Within 6 weeks, his energy returned, his chest pains disappeared, and his cardiologist was stunned by his improved test results. What did Tom do? He followed 3 simple principles that I'm about to share with you. First, he started eating foods that actively fight inflammation rather than cause it, not exotic superfoods, regular groceries you can find anywhere, foods that actually help thin your blood naturally and reduce the workload on your heart. Second, he changed when he ate, not just what he ate. You see, after 65, your body's circadian rhythm affects your heart more dramatically. Eating at the wrong times can spike your blood pressure and stress hormones, doubling your heart attack risk during certain hours. Third, and this is the big one that surprised even Tom, he added a specific mineral that most people over 65 are critically deficient in. This mineral is like oil in an engine. Without enough of it, your heart literally struggles to maintain its rhythm. I can almost hear you wondering, what is this mineral? What are these foods? When should I be eating? I'm getting there. But first, I need you to understand why this information isn't common knowledge. The truth is, most medical advice is based on studies of younger adults. Very few studies focus specifically on how bodies change after 65. What works for a 40-year-old might be completely wrong for a 70-year-old. This gap in research has left millions of seniors following advice that could actually be harmful. Remember Martha, the grandmother who felt like she was living behind a foggy window? She discovered she'd been taking a common supplement that was actually interfering with her heart medication. Her doctor never mentioned this interaction because it only becomes significant after age 65 when kidney function naturally declines. This is why I'm so passionate about sharing this information. Every day I see patients who've been doing everything they thought was right, only to end up in cardiac units, confused and scared. So let's talk about solutions, real practical changes you can make starting today. Because the beautiful truth is, your heart is remarkably resilient. Even at 65, 75, or 85, your body has an amazing capacity to heal and strengthen itself when given the right tools. The first thing you need to know is about timing. Your heart attack risk peaks between 6 a.m. and noon. This isn't coincidence, it's biology. Your blood pressure naturally surges in the early morning, your blood is thickest, and your stress hormones are highest. Yet, this is exactly when most people do their most strenuous activities. If you're exercising first thing in the morning, you might be unknowingly putting yourself at risk. The solution isn't to stop exercising, it's to shift your workout to late afternoon when your body is primed for activity and your heart attack risk is lowest. Now, about those foods. The biggest culprit hiding in plain sight is refined oils. That heart-healthy vegetable oil, after 65, your body processes it differently, creating inflammatory compounds that directly damage artery walls. Switch to olive oil or avocado oil, not just for cooking, but as a daily supplement. 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil daily has been shown to reduce heart attack risk by up to 30% in people over 65. Remember that mineral I mentioned? It's magnesium. After 65, your body's ability to absorb magnesium plummets, yet your heart needs more of it than ever. Without adequate magnesium, your heart can't maintain its electrical rhythm properly. This is why many heart attacks in seniors are preceded by irregular heartbeats. But here's the catch. Not all magnesium is created equal. The type matters enormously. Magnesium oxide, the most common supplement form, is poorly absorbed after 65. Instead, look for magnesium glycinate or citrate. Better yet, get it from foods, dark leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, and surprisingly, dark chocolate, at least 70% cacao. Speaking of chocolate, let me share something that might make you smile. Small amounts of dark chocolate daily can actually protect your heart. The flavonoids in dark chocolate help keep your arteries flexible and reduce inflammation. But moderation is key. We're talking about 1 or 2 small squares, not the whole bar. Now, I want to address the elephant in the room, stress. After 65, chronic stress doesn't just affect your mood, it directly damages your heart. Stress hormones like cortisol cause your arteries to constrict and your blood to thicken. This is why so many heart attacks happen during or after stressful events. But here's something fascinating. The way you breathe can immediately lower your heart attack risk. When you breathe shallowly, which most of us do when stressed, you activate your sympathetic nervous system, raising blood pressure and heart rate. Deep, slow breathing activates your parasympathetic system, immediately calming your heart. Try this right now. Breathe in slowly for 4 counts, hold for 4, then exhale for 6. Do this 5 times. You've just lowered your blood pressure and reduced stress on your heart. This simple technique, done several times daily, can significantly reduce your heart attack risk. Let's talk about sleep, because what happens at night affects your heart more than you might realize. After 65, poor sleep quality doesn't just make you tired, it doubles your heart attack risk. During deep sleep, your body repairs damage to your arteries and regulates hormones that affect heart health. But here's what most people don't know. Sleeping on your left side can put extra pressure on your heart, especially if you have any existing heart conditions. Try sleeping on your right side or slightly elevated. This simple change has helped many of my patients reduce nighttime chest discomfort and improve their heart health. Water, something so simple yet so critical. After 65, even mild dehydration dramatically increases heart attack risk. Your blood becomes thicker, forcing your heart to work harder. But drinking too much water at once can strain your heart too. The solution? Sip water throughout the day, aiming for pale yellow urine as your guide. Here's a tip that saves lives. Keep a glass of water by your bedside and take a few sips if you wake during the night. Many heart attacks happen in the early morning, partly due to dehydration from not drinking for 8-10 hours. Now, let me address something that might surprise you: social connections. Loneliness after 65 isn't just emotionally painful, it physically damages your heart. Studies show that social isolation increases heart attack risk as much as smoking. Your heart literally needs connection to stay healthy. If you're living alone or feeling isolated, joining a walking group, book club, or volunteer organization isn't just good for your mood, it's medicine for your heart. Even regular phone calls with friends or family can lower your blood pressure and reduce inflammation. Exercise, but not the way you think. After 65, intense cardio can actually increase heart attack risk if done incorrectly. Your heart needs consistent, moderate activity, not sporadic, intense workouts. Walking is perfect, but here's the key. Walk at a pace where you can still hold a conversation. If you're too breathless to talk, you're pushing too hard. Strength training is equally important, but often overlooked. Maintaining muscle mass after 65 directly protects your heart by improving insulin sensitivity and reducing inflammation. You don't need heavy weights, resistance bands, or even body weight exercises work beautifully. Let's talk about medication interactions, a hidden danger for many seniors. Common medications like acid reflux drugs, certain antibiotics, and even some supplements can deplete crucial nutrients your heart needs. If you're taking multiple medications, ask your doctor about potential nutrient depletions. You might need specific supplements to counteract these effects. Here's something that shocked even me. Gum health directly affects heart health. After 65, gum disease significantly increases heart attack risk. Bacteria from infected gums can enter your bloodstream and damage artery walls. Daily flossing isn't just about keeping your teeth, it's about protecting your heart. Temperature extremes are another hidden risk. After 65, your body struggles to regulate temperature, putting extra stress on your heart during very hot or cold weather. On extreme temperature days, stay indoors during peak hours and dress in layers to avoid sudden temperature changes. Now, about those warning signs everyone should know, chest pain isn't always the main symptom, especially in women and diabetics. Watch for unusual fatigue, shortness of breath during normal activities, pain in your jaw, neck, or back, nausea or lightheadedness, and swelling in your legs or feet. If you experience any combination of these symptoms, don't wait. Call emergency services immediately. Too many people delay because they don't want to be a bother. Your life is worth any inconvenience. Let me share what I told Bill during his recovery. Your heart has carried you through every moment of your life, every joy, every sorrow, every victory. It deserves your attention and care now more than ever. The changes I've described aren't difficult or expensive. They're simple shifts that honor the body that served you so faithfully. Small changes compound over time. That daily tablespoon of olive oil, those 5 deep breaths, that afternoon walk instead of morning jog, they add up to powerful protection. Your heart doesn't need perfection, it needs consistency. Remember Tom, the skeptical veteran? He recently celebrated his 75th birthday by hiking with his grandchildren, something he couldn't have imagined before making these changes. I feel like I've turned back the clock 10 years, he told me. Leukemia, you have the power to dramatically reduce your heart attack risk, regardless of your age or current health. Your body wants to heal, to strengthen, to protect you. It just needs the right support. As I close, I want you to remember this. Aging doesn't mean accepting decline. Your heart can be strong, vibrant, and healthy well into your 80s and beyond. The doubled risk after 65, it's not inevitable, it's preventable. Take action today. Start with one change. Maybe it's adding magnesium-rich foods, switching to olive oil, or practicing deep breathing. Build from there. Your heart will thank you with every beat. Is this information resonated with you? Please share it with someone you love. Subscribe to stay updated on more life-saving health insights. And remember, you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding life to your years. Comment below with your biggest takeaway or question. I read every comment and love hearing your stories. Together, we're rewriting what it means to have a healthy heart after 65. Stay strong, stay informed, and most importantly, stay heart healthy. Your best years are still ahead. Until next time, this is Dr. Jessica Lee reminding you that it's never too late to start protecting your heart. You've got this, and I'm here cheering you on every step of the way.